Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I bring you the newest launch from Pat McGrath. This is her Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer, as well as the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. Now I didn't grab the brush because I did order through Sephora and it was out of stock. It was just completely gone, and I didn't want to order it through the Pat McGrath website because I just didn't know how long it was going to take to get here. So I did grab these two, but I don't have the brush. That's the only thing that I'm missing. Now we're going to go over the details for the concealer. First, this retails for $32 US, and you can find it in 36 different shades. I grabbed the shade LM11 to try out for today. It is a creamy full coverage concealer that delivers a natural radiant matte finish. I like that. I like that because I'm thinking that it's not going to be too dry because it's not just matte. Natural radiant to me just sounds like not too hydrating, so I don't know. We'll see what it does underneath the eyes. Now I'm looking through the Sephora website for more information. Some of the highlighted ingredients that are listed are a Vita Serum Complex, which is going to moisturize and help fight the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, a Flex Form Matrix, which is going to provide smoothness without being tacky for ultimate comfort. And it also states that it has optically diffusing pigments that is going to provide a soft focus effect that blurs skin imperfections and deliver an exceptionally silky feel. So it's supposed to feel nice, light, comfortable, full coverage, all things that I am definitely excited about. Now, as far as application information for the concealer, on the Pat McGrath website, it does list different ways to conceal depending on what you're trying to achieve. So if you're focused on spot correcting, it tells you what to do. Highlighting and contouring, it tells you exactly what to do. For the under eye area, specifically for the under eye area, it says that we should prep the under eye and create a smooth canvas for concealer with Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Primer, which I have right here. Apply 1 to 3 dots directly to the dark area and blend with light, smooth, even strokes. Now, the only thing, like I said, that I did not purchase is the concealer brush, but in lieu of that, so I'm going to be using my Deluxe Crease Brush from Real Techniques. Now, the website does state that you can build the coverage up. So you should start with a few dots, and then if you feel like you need a little bit more, then you add a little bit more. Flex your coverage from minimal to full tattoo coverage. So you can customize the coverage on this, but it is meant to be full coverage. So now we can move on to the under eye blurring powder. This retails for $30 US, and you can find it in 3 different shades: light, medium, and deep. I grabbed medium, which looks like this. It has a tiny little mirror, which I don't see myself using because it is really small. It's a really small mirror. Now, this is supposed to be a transparent, weightless under eye powder. This is the ultimate finishing touch to a legendary look. Luxurious and silky soft, it provides targeted application that brightens dark circles and diminishes the look of fine lines and wrinkles, evoking a smooth, flawless, youthful appearance. I love that. I love anything that's going to help like smooth out the under eye area on top of my concealer. That I'm all for, and hopefully it really truly does that without making it look extremely dry. That's one thing that I'm like, hopefully it doesn't. All right, so now that we've covered the basic information, let's get started. Per usual, I am going to be testing this concealer out with and without a color corrector underneath to see, what kind of coverage we get, whether or not it needs a little bit of help. But before I apply a color corrector on top of the right side, we're going to prep. We're going to prep with the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Primer. So I'm just going to prime the whole face, including the under eye area. All right, next, color corrector. I'm only going to do this side. I'm using my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in the shade Medium to Deep. All right, we're done there. Let's go ahead and apply foundation. I'm going to be using my Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Foundation. This one is in the shade Light Medium 13. Coverage on this, super, super light. Like, really, really light coverage. You can build it up a little bit, but I think the most you're ever gonna get is maybe like light medium coverage with this. It's really light coverage. I still use it because it does look really nice on the skin, even though it's like barely there coverage. But I don't apply it with a sponge because that minimizes the coverage even more. So let me get a dense brush. Where are my dense brushes? All right, so now that we're done with foundation, it's time for concealer. I love the packaging on this. I forgot to mention, but this is glass. Like, this is glass. I like it. So I'm going to start off with 3 dots on this side. 1, 2, 3. And then 3 on this side. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then just blending it out using my Deluxe Crease Brush. Okay, I love the shade and I love the way that this blended out. Granted, I think I am going to be needing a little bit more, like just right here along the inner corner, but this looks really nice right now. All right, so I am going to be applying a little bit more right here just because I don't know if you guys can really see from this distance, but I kind of don't have enough going up over here. So I'm going to add a little bit more just so that I'm able to bring the concealer up a little bit. Probably just like 1 more dot. I would say just 1 more, yeah. Right there. Just 1 more dot. So just building it up a little bit more right here. And bringing it into the inner corner. Like that. Bam. Full coverage. I only needed 4 dots, 3 and then an additional 1, and this is what I got. I love the shade that I grabbed. So if you use me as reference, LM11, perfect, 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 perfect. Oop, there goes my brush. It has the right amount of yellow. It has the right amount of peach where it doesn't look really, really orange underneath. It doesn't look really, really yellow. It's just like just right. I really like concealers, or I prefer concealers with a little bit more of a peach undertone, but sometimes I find that they're too peach and not enough yellow. This one, perfect balance. Perfect, perfect balance. Look at that. I really like the way that it looks up close. I really like it, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So I'm not going to say anything else. Let me blend out this other side. All right, so on this side, I'm not getting as much help because I didn't wear a corrector underneath. So I think I'm going to need perhaps 2 more dots. If you can see right here, like it's just not enough for me to bring it up all the way. Although I love the way that it's blending and the amount of coverage is actually really nice. All right, so I added 2 more dots on this side just to give me a little bit more coverage. All right, under eye is blended. I feel like this side looks a little bit more yellow than this side, but of course I did use more of a peach corrector or a peach corrector underneath this eye, which is why perhaps the difference here. A little bit more peach, a little bit more yellow, but I'm getting really nice coverage nonetheless with very, very little product. We didn't have to apply much product at all. Now, should I set it and then apply the blurring powder, or should I just apply the blurring powder? I think I'm just going to apply the blurring powder because I don't want to overdo it with powder. I don't want it to look, because it is like a radiant matte finish, natural radiant matte is what they're calling it. So, yeah, I don't want to overdo it. It looks really good right now. It is settling a little bit over here, but not by much. I'm gonna just grab some of this powder with my tapered highlighter brush. This is the F35 from Sigma. Oh my gosh. So be gentle with it because there's quite a bit that kicks back up at you. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of the powder with my brush and just press it underneath the eye. All right, now the other side. All right, I like it. I don't know if it blurred the under eye area really. Like, I don't know what it really did other than setting it, but it set it really nicely. It did set it really, really nicely, and it doesn't look dry. Not right now, at least, you know. You know how that goes. All right, so now that I'm done applying everything to the under eye area, I'm gonna zoom you all in so that you can get a better look under here after initial application. All right, so here's the under eye area. I feel like I'm getting better coverage with the corrector underneath than I am without. I don't know, what do you guys think? I like this side a little bit more than I do this side right now. All right, so now that you've seen the under eye area, I'm going to jump off camera really quickly in order to finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. All right, so I'm back. I'm ready for the day. Right now, I will tell you right now, I love the way that it looks here under the right side. If you can, like, you can see the difference even right now. I'm getting a little bit of better coverage over here than I am over here, but it looks really nice, really smooth. It looks like a little bit like skin should look, you know? So this truly does have like a natural finish. It's not overly dry. It's not overly hydrating. It's like just right. It looks really, really good. Looks really good. I'm really excited to wear this all day, but we will see where we're at even midday because a lot can change from here to there. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Just depends. I'm hoping that this stays looking like this because it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. I love it. Okay, anyway, it is currently, what time is it? It is 10:22. I do plan on wearing this the entire day. And of course, I'm going to be coming back halfway through the day in order to show you all more close-ups. And hopefully it's still wearing like this, you know, during the halfway mark. So we'll see. We'll see. I will see you all back here in a few hours for my midday check-in. Okay, so now I am back from my midday check-in. It is currently 3:40, so I've had this on now for a little over 5 hours, I believe. Now, before I tell you about what I think so far, I'm going to zoom you all in so that you can get a better look at the under eye area after 5 hours of wear. All right, so here it is. I feel like the right side still looks the exact same way that it did this morning. However, the left side, I think I may have lost a little bit of coverage, just a little bit. Looks fine still underneath the eyes, but I just feel like I lost some coverage. All right, so 5 hours in, I'm still really in love with the way that it looks over here. Still looks smooth, still very high coverage. Of course, it does have the help of the corrector underneath, but we didn't use a whole lot. We didn't need to use a whole lot of product in order to give us this amount of coverage, and that I'm really happy with. Over here, like I said, it just looks like I lost a little bit of coverage. Just a little bit. All right, so that completes my midday check-in. I will see you all back here at the end of the day for my final thoughts on this new Pat McGrath concealer. Okay, so now I am back for my final check-in. It is currently 6:31. So I've had this concealer on now for what, about 8 hours? About 8, like maybe a little bit over 8 hours. Now, let me zoom you all in so that you can see exactly what this concealer looks like underneath the eyes after about 8 hours of wear. All right, so this is the under eye area. I'd say not bad, especially over here. I'm in love with the way that it looks over here. It just doesn't look disturbed. It still looks really well concealed. It just looks good. It looks good to me over here. Over here, it just looks a tiny bit dry to me. And of course, I'm not getting as much coverage as I am over on this side. So yeah. All right, so now that I've had this on for the entire day, what do I think? I really like it. I really like it over here. Paired with my Becca corrector, this wears beautifully underneath the eye, or at least it did for me. It looks pretty smooth, still really full coverage. You don't need a whole lot of product. It doesn't look dry. It stayed in place. It didn't crack. It didn't crease. It didn't move around. It didn't settle into my fine lines. I really like it. I really like it over here. However, over here, I lost a little bit of coverage. It looks a little bit dry to me. So going forward, I am going to continue to pair this with my Becca corrector as I feel like it wears really well with that. It wears beautifully with that. The setting powder over top, I really like the way that it set the under eye area for me. It just looks really smooth. It doesn't look dry. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel heavy or cakey or anything like that. You don't need very much product. If you have dark circles though, like I do, you are going to need a corrector. you are absolutely going to need a corrector, unless you want to go a little bit heavy-handed. Like perhaps I could have, you know, added a lot more over here, not just the few dots, but maybe like actually swiped the product along over here. Today I was just trying to follow exactly what the website said as far as how to apply it, and I just don't feel like I got enough coverage over here. I lost a little bit of coverage and it looks a little bit dry, but like I said, going forward, yes, this could be like my new favorite concealer. Absolutely. I am going to continue to reach for this. I was a little surprised by the level of coverage with this concealer because the foundation, it does not provide full coverage at all, like at all. However, this concealer, it looks really good. It looks really good underneath the eyes, and I'm really, really glad that I purchased it and I tried it. If you wanted my opinion, here it is. Absolutely, yes, it's good. It's a good concealer. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you all. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.